Did you know that your body can reveal more about your spiritual journey than you ever imagined? From unexpected sensations to visible changes in your appearance, these signs may be the key to understanding how your consciousness is evolving. Stay, because in this video, you will discover the physical signs that show you are awakening to a new level of energy and spiritual connection. And the most surprising thing, many of them you have already experienced without knowing it. The body is more than just a physical vehicle. It is an extension of our spiritual being. When we talk about a spiritual awakening, we often focus on the expansion of the mind and heart, but we rarely contemplate how this process affects our body in tangible ways. This awakening triggers a series of changes that reflect the deep connection between the spiritual and the physical. Just as a melody resonates on a well-tuned instrument, the body responds to the attunement of consciousness, showing that spirituality and biology are two sides of the same coin. The awakening process is not homogeneous. Each yakti reacts differently to the new energies that begin to flow. It is at this stage where physical transformations begin to manifest, from subtle sensations of well-being to more noticeable changes in posture and appearance. These changes are the result of a deep adjustment, an echo of the high vibrations that the spirit begins to assimilate. Thus, the body becomes an active participant, tuning itself to reflect internal evolution. This connection is reinforced. The perception of one's own corporeality expands. Suddenly, every movement and every heartbeat seems synchronized with a higher purpose. What was once routine, like walking or breathing, now feels infused with a new consciousness. This is the body responding to spiritual expansion, adapting and resonating with the frequency of the divine. It is in these moments of subtle revelation where we begin to understand that our body is not a simple observer and ally on our journey toward wholeness. Mately, the relationship between body and spirit is revealed in all its glory during spiritual awakening. This symbiosis invites us to honor and care for the body not only as a physical medium, a sacred space where the echoes of our soul manifest. It is in the unity of these dimensions that we find true harmony. A reminder that spiritual transformation is as much an internal dance as it is an external manifestation. Yule awakening brings with it a sensory awakening, a sharpening of perception that redefines the way we experience the world. This change is not accidental. It is Theotadi's response to greater attunement to the surrounding energy. The skin tingles at the slightest breeze, the ears pick up sounds that previously went unnoticed, and the eyes perceive nuances of light and shadow with renewed clarity. This increase in sensitivity is the first indication that the body is reacting to the new frequency of consciousness. Sacral level, these changes can feel like hyper-awareness of the environment, where every stimulus seems intensified. Lights may seem brighter, sounds more immersive, and interactions more emotional. This state of hyper-alertness, although initially overwhelming, is a sign that the body is beginning to align with a more subtle and energetic reality. Far from being a simple physical response, it is the body communicating that the barrier between the material and the spiritual is fading. Fading.ness raising process also brings challenges. The ability to perceive with greater intensity can make dense or chaotic environments unbearable. Spaces that were previously neutral can feel charged with energy, generating discomfort or anxiety. Therefore, during this period, it is vital to learn to take care of one's own energy field and look for moments of stillness that allow the body to balance and process new sensations without becoming saturated. This increase in sensitivity teaches us to be more aware of ourselves and our surroundings, reminding us that the body is an amplifier of our spiritual experience. What appears to be a simple physical response is actually an opening to a deeper way of connecting with life. Learning to embrace this new way of feeling, rather than fearing it, allows the body to become a compass that guides our spiritual evolution. Sleevolution. Ace of regeneration and mystery is deeply affected during spiritual awakening. The rest patterns we knew can fade, giving way to fragmented nights, sudden awakenings, and dreams that seem to have a life of their own. This phenomenon reflects the intense activity that occurs within us, where the mind, body, and spirit body together to integrate new energies. Every insomnia and every midnight awakening is a whisper of the soul that invites us to look beyond everyday life and pay attention to the messages from the subconscious. Subconscious.eames also changes, becoming more vivid and symbolic. It is as if, as our spiritual perception opens, the doors to a richer and deeper dream world also open. Dreams begin to act as guides, reflecting internal conflicts, learnings and revel-earnings that we need to integrate. It is a time of introspection, where the line between rest and meditation blurs, and the body takes advantage of these hours of apparent calm to process and adapt to the new energetic reality. Addition our reality. Disturbance may be accompanied by physical sensations such as heat, sweating, or an unexplained restlessness in the body. These reactions are natural responses to energetic recalibration, and although they may seem disturbing, they are an important part of the adjustment process. The body, in its wisdom, asks us to honor this time of rest and see it as a time of healing and renewal, rather than simply a period of inactivity. Finally, inactivity.ng. And accepting these changes in sleep is key to advancing the awakening process. It is a reminder that everything in our being is interconnected, and that the physical body needs time and space to adapt to the expansion of consciousness. Instead of fighting sleep disturbance, embracing it with patience and self-compassion allows us to move more fluidly through this transformative phase. One of the less phase, about but profoundly significant aspects of spiritual awakening is the change in eating habits. Suddenly, the body begins to reject foods that we previously enjoyed and look for lighter, more natural options. This transition is not just a change in preference, but a preference to align with new energetic frequencies. The body, upon tuning into higher vibrations, begins to look for energy sources that help it maintain that harmony and discard what feels dense or incompatible with its new state. The desire for state, natural foods such as fruits, vegetables, and less processed vegetables intensifies. The feeling of heaviness or lethargy after consuming processed or high-fat foods becomes more evident, as if the body itself is sending clear signals about what benefits or harms it. This food intuition becomes a guide, reflecting how the body becomes an active partner in the awakening process. Eating stops being a merely physical act and becomes a conscious ritual that nourishes not only the body, but also the soul. However, this changes soul. Always easy. Food preferences can challenge old customs and habits, as well as provoke resistance internally or in the social environment. Friends and family may not understand why we suddenly prefer to avoid certain foods or why we feel the need to change our diet. But it is in these moments of questioning where the connection with one's own body is strengthened, listening to its needs and honoring its messages. Conscious eating thus becomes a powerful tool to tune the mind and body to the frequencies of the spirit. If until now you have spirit zed yourself in these signs and feel that you are going through a spiritual awakening, write in the comments, "I am evolving spirit comments." Thus, you affirm spiritually. Join a community of transformation. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to continue receiving content that accompanies you on your spiritual journey. Over time, the trans journey of eating habits during spiritual awakening teaches us a valuable lesson that what we consume has a direct impact on our energy and our ability to sustain a high vibration state. This understanding leads us to a more respectful and loving approach to our diet, where the priority is not just to satisfy hunger, but to nourish ourselves. Hunger, that supports our spiritual journey. Food becomes a means of alignment, reminding us that every choice we make is an opportunity to vibrate in harmony with our highest purpose. Spiritual awakening, no purpose, intensifies inner connection, but also prompts us to connection with the natural world. It is common that during this process, the body feels a growing desire to be outdoors, in contact with the earth, water, air, and sunlight. This need is accidental. It responds to a deep instinct of attunement with the energies of nature, which help the body to recalibrate and balance. Walking barefoot on the grass, feeling the wind on your skin, or simply observing the sky be-skin, revitalizing experiences that restore and elevate our energy. Nature acts as a mirror of energy, harmony, and balance we seek within ourselves. Their cycles, so perfectly synchronized, inspire the body to remember its own capacity for regeneration and healing. Spending time in a natural environment allows the body to release accumulated tension and absorb pure, renewing energy. That is why, In moments of profound transformation, many feel the need to escape to a forest, sit near a river, or contemplate an open landscape. These practices not only have a calming effect, but they help align our energy field with that of the earth. This call to nature also high earth, the importance of disconnecting from technological overload and the frenetic pace of modern life. When the body wakes up, it becomes more sensitive to the noise and stress of urban environments, which can generate a desire for quieter, simpler spaces. Surrounding yourself with nature allows the body to resynchronize with more organic rhythmosynchronization and facilitating the flow of energy. It is as if the body remembers its roots, seeking a balance that only contact with the earth can offer. Finally, connecting with naturopha.g spiritual awakening is an invitation to remember that we are part of a greater whole. This recognition leads us to value our environment more and understand that taking care of our body also means taking care of the planet that sustains us.
The symbiotic relationship between the body and nature is reinforced, reminding us that inner harmony and outer harmony are deeply intertwined. Ultimately, responding to the call of nature is responding to the call of our being, seeking the peace and balance that sustain our spiritual evolution. During spiritual awakening, T-evolution only adjusts to align with new energy, but also begins to release emotenergies, skidges that have been stored in our system for years or even decades.
These blocks, which manifest themselves in the form of muscle tension, unexplained pain, or temporary symptoms, are a reminder pain that the body stores experiences and emotions. As the spiritual process progresses, these repressed energies come to the surface to be released, allowing us to let go of old emotional burdens and open to a lighter, more authentic version of ourselves. Releasing emotional blocks, chaos selves, Lenging process. Many times, physical symptoms can appear suddenly in the form of back pain, pressure in the chest, or a tight feeling in the throat. These physical manifestations may be disconcerting, but they are part of a deeper process of purification and healing. It is as if the body is saying, "It is time to let this go." And by allowing ourselves to feel and release those emotions, we are clearing ourselves of patterns that no longer resonate with our current spiritual state. The key is not to resist, but to embrace these symptoms as Parasist journey of renewal. Working with repressed emotions, crenule, waken memories or feelings that we had buried. This process, although uncomfortable, is essential for our spiritual growth. As the body frees itself from stagnant energy, we may experience a flood of emotions, from sadness and nostalgia to elation and relief. Recognizing and allowing these emotions to flow helps us restore balance and strengthen our bond with the body. Practices such as meditation, deep breathing, and yoga can be valuable tools to breathing is liberation process and accompany the body in its transition. At the end of this process, a net transition, heightened, and clarity emerges. Releasing emotional blockages not only improves physical health, but allows for a greater connection with Eltha but also essence. When the body is freed from old burdens, it becomes more receptive to higher energies, and the feeling of well-being and peace intensifies. Understanding the importance of these symptoms and consciously working on their release allows us to advance on the spiritual path with more fluidity and less resistance. It is a reminder that spiritual evolution is as much an internal journey as it is a process of physical transformation. Chakras, those energy centers transformation, throughout our body, play a crucial role in the process of spiritual awakening. Each of them is associated with different aspects of our life and being, from basic security and vitality to communication and connection with the divine. As consciousness expands, these energy centers begin to activate and function with greater intensity, which can trigger notable physical and emotional changes. Chakra transformation is a manifestation of the body adapting and aligning with a higher frequency. The root chakra, located at the base frequency.E, is usually the first to react, as it is related to our sense of security and groundedness. During awakening, it is possible to experience a mix of stability and challenge in this area, sometimes manifesting as a feeling of heaviness in the legs or a vibrant energy rising up the spine. This process continues with the sacral chakra, which is linked to creativity and emotions. Activating this center can bring about a release of deep emotions and an increase in passion for creative or personal projects. The heart chakra, associated with loveprojects.ion, is one of the most transformative centers. During awakening, this chakra can open significantly, allowing us to experience deeper love for ourselves and others. However, it can also be accompanied by the release of past emotional wounds, sometimes manifested as a feeling of pressure in the chest. This process is an opportunity to heal and expand our capacity to give and receive love, marking a milestone in our journey of spiritual growth. Finally, the activation of the crown chakra, growth, at the top of the head, marks a climax in the awakening experience. This energy center connects the body with the universal source and symbolizes the union between the self and the divine. Opening the crown chakra can bring tingling sensations, slight pressure, or even visions of light during meditation. This transformation not only expands our perception, but reinforces the idea that the body is a perceptions, but also itual energy in constant evolution. As the chakras align and balance, the body tunes into a more harmonious energy flow, facilitating a state of peace and fulfillment that accompanies us in our daily lives. If, until now, you have recognized yourself in the lives, and feel that you are going through a spiritual awakening, write in the comments, "I am evolving spiritually." Thus, you not only comments your path, but "I spiritually." Community of people who, like you, are experiencing this process of transformation.